Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to LJPCBM episode number 1297. Today we're at LJPCBM Clubhouse short, better known as a beautiful adventure. We have this begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. More sense. Honeybee song. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit.
Live working ranch nonprofit that was started by my good friend Joy back in 2005.
Oh wow, I was only 10 when this happened. Continue on.
Over 100 different animals. There's zebras and donkeys, horses.
Oh my god, don't. If you watch this, Mo, don't call me a donkey. Continue on.
Even an emu and a camel. And
wow.
So many other animals. Today,
oh my, hang on. One more second. Give me a moment. Oh, shoot.
And so many other animals.
Is that a pig? Oh, pigs are adorable. Continue on.
But today, we're here for a little small friend who has a very big job that's very important for us. It's the honeybee.
Okay.
And today is the day the ranch will be adding more honeybees to their beehives, and we get to see it up close. This is going to be a great adventure. Come on.
Let's go. Yep. Exactly.
This is the honeybee crossing, and up on that hill is a small bee farm where we're going to be transferring the new bees to their homes.
Okay.
This is George, Dean, and Wes, the beekeepers.
Those I have not seen. Continue on.
George has been caring for bees for over 30 years. Dean and Wes.
George, wow. I haven't. Oh wow. 30 years? Okay. This all makes sense, so I'm sorry to be too loud to you guys, but 30 years? Wow, okay, that makes sense, but okay, repeat this one more time, anyway.
Keepers. George has been caring for bees for over 30 years.
Wow.
Dean and Wes are both newbies to this adventure, only
Oh, they're kids. Okay, continue on.
about 2 and 3 years ago.
Wow, okay.
Today they have brought 12 boxes of bees here to the ranch, 10 of which will be introduced to their new homes here.
Okay.
Each one of these boxes contain about 10,000 honeybees, including one queen.
You know, I hate to interrupt, Mr. K, but at the time like this, I saw the episode one time on a season 6 episode of Barney Friends, and I want to say it was amazing, but you know, as you saw in the Mr. K's Clubhouse episodes, don't give up, always be kind, follow your dreams, and you'll be simply amazing. But that makes more sense. Oh, stupid bug! I got a fly going on all over my room, but that's just me. Continue on.
To almost 3 pounds. So with 12 boxes, there's about 120,000 bees in total in George's SUV. Now that had to be a noisy ride.
Wow, makes
Before
sense.
our beekeepers can begin transferring the bees, safety comes first.
Yes.
They each get into a suit that helps to protect them from the bees in case they might sting.
But you know, I've been stung once. And to be honest with you, Mr. K, it was one of my fingers that I was in the check in the mail while I was at my sophomore year. It was my first day of my sophomore year. And all of a sudden, when I got out of the bus, there was a bzzz sound effect, and I got stung. And I'm like, wow. It hurt me so badly. It was it was one of the last years of my mom's years that she had to work at Memorial Hospital where I was born and raised. And it was great. So the first days when I was raised, but oh my god, it was so much fun. It was this finger right here. And you know, it was like a bad experience to be stung. So I only done it once, and that was it. Continue on.
Okay, so now let's take a look at a hive. This is not a real hive. This is just a model, but we get to see how things work up close.
Okay.
Inside each of these hives, there's about 9 to 10 of these frames that
Okay.
are filled with wax that allows the honeybees to put the honey in or eggs to grow into more honeybees.
You know, it can make sense, cause really. I gotta see the bzzz. It was just a fly going in my room, my office. It's just too much. But at the time, yes, there are frames going bzzz. But it really won't sting you too much because at that time frame, it just had to be noisy. So there you go. Continue on.
And here's an example.
Okay.
So inside one of those
Oh, I thought it was bees. Okay, continue on.
it's just a tiny egg, and then it grows over time until it's a full honeybee. And
Okay.
the bee gets to work just like the others.
Makes sense.
This will be, the bees will live in here the rest of their lives. This is theirs. If we put another box on here, that is theirs. Anything above 2 boxes, that honey, we can steal that from them. But this is where they're set now. That's what it looks like. And they will draw the comb out. They draw the comb out and draw the wax into here.
Okay.
And that's where they'll deposit their honey. But right now, the queen will go in there and she'll lay her eggs in here.
Okay.
On the crates, the circle is a can of sugar water, or nectar, which is what the bees use as food. This is half sugar and half water that the beekeepers made, but the flowers that bees visit make this sort of thing on their own.
Yeah, at that time, water was drank with, and it tastes really good. And the honey we eat, because I had this honey before at KFC, before I misbehaved, which I won't talk about in this entire reaction video, but what it was really while I was on vacation at Atlanta to get back home from let's just say Savannah. It was at MomoCon one time, and it was great because basically what it is, folks, I was basically meeting a friend of mine named Lucas Bradley in person. And you know this, Mr. K, because I met Lucas and Zachary Noah in person. If you watch this YouTube, you guys, this is for you. But it was great. So, there you go. Continue on.
Little silver tab is the queen bee.
Well,
All of the honeybees in the hive will follow the queen bee wherever she goes and protect her. To move the bees from the crates to their new permanent homes, our beekeepers first begin by spraying them with sugar water. And they do this so they can keep the bees as calm as possible during the process.
yes.
Next, they remove the can of sugar water in order to create an opening in the crate. And with a gentle tap, they knock the bees down to the bottom so that they can remove the queen bee.
Makes sense.
Then they pour them all into their new home, gently using their hands or a small brush to push them down.
Yes. Oh, I see. It kind of reminds me of a Cookie and Gonger scene where you have to how to make honey. It makes sense. Continue on.
After that, to put the queen bee in place, they use a staple gun, which is sort of like a stapler, but bigger. And it's something that only grown-ups should use.
You know,
On the
I was a teenager, and I mean, I mentioned this earlier in my reaction video. I got stung, and I'm not a grown up at the time, but you know, it makes sense to have a grown up with you to check the mail. You know, that's just me. Continue on.
top goes a plastic container called a feeder, which is where the beekeepers will pour sugar water to give the bees food until the flowers officially bloom and the bees can get food on their own.
Hmm.
This
Good.
process is repeated 9 more times until all of the new hives have a colony of bees to begin creating honey.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
But how is honey created? Well, this is where it gets a little interesting. Bees can travel up to 2 miles away from their hive every day in search of new flowers to get nectar.
Yeah, it all makes sense, because at that time, it would have to make more difference between stay away from the bees and get to make honey. It makes sense, because, you see, it would have to make some sense. If it doesn't, the bear will get it, and all of a sudden, Winnie the Pooh at that time. It can make more difference than just bees. You know? It's a mix-up between bees and the bear. And bear loves honey. And then it can make more sense because bears and the Winnie the Pooh and it's like, excuse me, please, bees. Love it because I love that scene, Winnie the Pooh. Continue on. But I mean, it always fun. Winnie the Pooh and the honey tree. So it makes more sense. Continue on.
Visit over 2,000 flowers each day. And when they land on a flower, they use their long tongue to reach all the way to the back to drink up the nectar.
Okay.
When they drink, this nectar goes to a special part of their tummy where it begins to process and turn the nectar into honey. After their long day of work, the bees fly back to the hive, and this is where it gets interesting. As the bees come in, they visit a processor bee, and they transfer the nectar from their mouth into the mouth of the processor bee. And they do this so that the nectar can continue to go through the process to become honey.
Okay.
Then that processor bee does the same thing with other bees until finally the nectar has become honey. Then they fill their honeycombs with the honey, and their job is complete.
Okay.
And they do this over and over for their entire lives in order to feed new bees that are born into the hive, and so that we can have honey to eat as well.
Even though it's good because it makes more sense. You know, even though we have honey, sometimes honey mustard, it could be more different. And without it, I don't want to dip anything with ketchup, and that would make more sense and I don't have time for mustard at the time. So it can be more difference to eat our mustard, with honey, because it had to make more difference. And I don't use yellow mustard that often, so it can make sense. So there you go. Continue on.
Beekeepers come each spring to add new bees to their new hives. And then in the late summer, they visit old hives, and that's where they harvest their honey for people to buy and eat. That's why bees are so important, because without them doing their very busy work of creating honey and pollinating a lot of the plants that we like to eat, we wouldn't have those things. So if you ever see a bee in the wild, you should always leave them alone and let them to continue doing their job. That way we can keep having the yummy things that we like.
I agree. Because it makes more sense. Continue on.
Besides, wouldn't it be fun to be a bee? Just think, how simply amazing would that be?
It's good.
I would really like to be a busy, busy bee, buzzing away so happily. I work very hard, as you can see. That's a bee, a honey bee. That's a bee, a honey bee. They leave from their hives each and every day to visit all the flowers. There's no time to play. They bring back nectar for the family. That's a bee, a honey bee. That's a bee, a honey bee. Bees are small but have a really big task. They pollinate the plants and it makes me glad, because they help to grow the food we love to eat. That's a bee, a honey bee. That's a bee, a honey bee.
Hold on. I hate to interrupt the song, but there must be a flaw in my entire thing between the picture and the Cinderella poster. I'm not happy because of that. And I just really need to get rid of that fly. Continue on.
I would really like to be a busy, busy bee.
Wow.
Buzzing away so
Oh, that's it. Okay.
I work very hard, as you can see. That's a bee, a honey bee. That's a bee, a honey bee. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are marching out the door. 5,
Oh, I see.
we help us to pollinate. 8, 7, 6, 5. Bring back nectar for the hive. 4, 3, 2, 1. We won't rest until we're done. I would really like to be a busy, busy bee, buzzing away so happily. I work very hard, as you can see. That's a bee, a honey bee. That's a bee, a honey bee.
So it's Mr. K's Clubhouse, a beautiful adventure, short. I think it was amazing. So far, this short was a success. That was LJPCBM episode number 1297. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one, which is Mr. K's Clubhouse. Let's just say our home short. Let's just see what happens. Till next time. Oh, now my excuse me, I gotta eat dinner, and I will have to get ready for a film festival hosted by my friends and brothers Kruger twins, and Jack, who's gonna be hosting an award ceremony live stream on /film festival, something like that. We'll just see what happens. Till next time, So just about the baby. Good morning, you guys. Guys, be soon. So it out. See ya.
Given unto me this life I'll never take for granted, and given all the time I failed to really understand it, I never sought to meet the maker of reality, the one who gave the life that which is always happening. But I tried all the time. I ask, why me? Why was I the one to see things as I do under the moonlight and the sun? Perception is the question, and the giver holds the key.